Walking through the forest with blood on our hands, we got lost.
Hey everyone, I'm Salvador, and welcome to Pitch Love. I'm a footballer living in the Midwest, and I love all things soccer. I started this channel to not only learn about football from professionals, but also to share the love for the game with people from all over the world. And welcome to Pitch Love.
We ran the sea. She was the morning sun.
Now, yes. Hi guys, this is Pitch Love. I'm welcomed today by Don Smart. He plays from Forward Madison FC. He plays in the midfield. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Don Smart, originally from Jamaica. I live in the Bronx, New York. 32 years old. I play midfield, and I played for Madison.
Okay, so in your soccer career, tell us about your soccer career.
Man, it's been all over, man. It's been all over. I started off in New York in the Bronx. Went all over the place. Went to Italy. Went to Poland for a couple months. Didn't work out there. Got injured. Came back home. Went to New York. I went back to New York and I started playing. I went to try out for a team called FC New York in the USL, and I was basically training with them with the first team, but they also had a second team that was playing in I think it was the MPSL at the time, which was Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Brooklyn Italians, and so I would practice with the first team, but also play games with the second team. So I kept going back and forth, and I didn't originally get signed until midway through the season.
Okay, who did you play for in Italy? Who gave you your first?
In Italy, I actually went with a team from New York. So it was also we went to go play a tournament, the Viaggio tournament. It's like a well-known tournament, and it was for players to go and other coaches to see players and get signed by overseas clubs and stuff like that. So I just went and just took a chance to just go over there and just see what happens, you know.
Were you playing in a youth academy before that? Is that how you got?
No, there was no at the time. There was no academy. Academy did not start around that time because I was around. I think I was around like 19 at the time. Yeah, 19, and there was no academy. Academy started at what? Maybe probably like 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I feel like an old guy already, man.
It's all good. With age comes wisdom.
Yeah, that is true.
So you came from a small club to it's called European Showcase, right? Is when they showcase their players.
I think it was that, but it was like it was kind of, I think it was the Viaggio tournament. It's like a big tournament where all like club teams from all over Europe will come to Italy and play in the tournament. Mm-hmm. So it was like Bayern Munich, Santos from Brazil, Roma was in the tournament. Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan. It's like teams like that, you know. I also in that tournament I played against Messi's old team, Newer's Old Boys. They was also and I also saw Giovinco at the time. Giovinco was very young at the time. Giovinco and Balotelli also played in that same tournament.
That's legendary. You played with Balotelli?
Yeah. I didn't play against him, but I did. He was in the same tournament, but we didn't play against each
other. So you played in a European Showcase and you got your first contract, and then you went from Italy to Poland. How did you make that journey to Poland?
My roommate in Italy, he was also, because the team that went to Italy was from New York, and my roommate was also from New York, and he asked me, "Hey, what you trying to do after the showcase was over?" I came back home. He's like, "What are you trying to do? Would you take a chance to go to Europe?" I was like, "Why not? For sure. That's what I want to do." So he also knew his dad owned a company in Poland, and his company was I think it was a construction company, and his company built the fence around the stadium for the club. So he also kind of got me.
That's a way in.
Yeah, you know, he kind of got me a way in, and just worked my way in, and I went over there for like a couple months, and my roommate, he also came with me, and he was basically my translator.
If it wasn't for a guy building fences, you wouldn't have got your contract in Poland.
I wouldn't even got I wouldn't even know how Poland looked like.
Jeez, that's amazing. Yeah. How did you go from Poland to the United States in the Bronx?
So in Poland, I had got injured while the time I was over there, and it was a tough time, man, because being in a different country and not knowing the language, being at a young age is very difficult, So I was like kind of missing home and stuff like that, and I just wanted to go home because I couldn't play.
Yeah.
So I ended up coming back home and heard there was a team from New York, which was from Long Island, was gonna go in the USL. So I decided to go over there on a tryout. And the coach ended up liking me, but not liking me to the point where he wanted to sign me right away. He just wanted to keep me around. So I was kind of basically like a practice player, So
yeah. So you wouldn't be
I kind of stuck it out, and I'm getting signed midway through the season. So
you proved your worth.
Yeah.
So was you said New York FC was the name? You said
yeah, New York FC. Yeah, New York FC. It was in the USL. Yeah.
Are they called the Red Bulls now? New York Red Bulls?
No. This was way before the Red Bulls. Mm-hmm. At the time, this was Red Bulls. It was you had Red Bulls, but you never had a Red Bulls Academy. So you had FC. It was just like FC New York, just straight out of just Long Island. It wasn't affiliated with no club team or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're playing in New York.
Yeah, no, I'm playing for it now. It's been a long journey, man. A long journey. Yeah.
It's been a long grind. For sure. Okay, so my second question is, you might have already answered this. Who was the person who gave you your first big chance? Like, was it a scout? Was it a player?
Well, I would say I'll probably say there's at least two person that actually kind of, because the first guy who actually gave me a chance to go to Italy, he was like a Italian legend. His name was Enzo Sorini.
Of course I know him. He gave you your chance?
Yeah, Enzo Sorini. So it was a guy. So he was the coach for the team, and I went to Italy when I came back. Yeah. And then the other guy that gave me a chance was the assistant coach for New York, for FC New York, was Paul Shaw. He played for Arsenal. He was a striker for Arsenal before he retired and came to the States to become a coach. So shout out to those two guys who who believed in me.
That's legendary. You got to meet an Italian legend, let alone Enzo. Yeah, that's awesome. My third question is, what advice would you give to a young 16-year-old trying to make it through the professional ranks of soccer?
The best advice I would give is just never give up. Never give up on your goals and what you believe in. Just, it's not easy. A lot of guys out there, or you could say people out there might say, oh, you belong here, you belong there, but it's not that easy. It's easy for someone to say, yeah, go there. But it's not that easy, There's millions of players out there, There's guys that's better than me out there in the world, but they didn't get a chance to become a professional, So I would just say, just keep going, practice, make perfect, always practice, and just always believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in you,
That's true. You can't expect anybody else to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself in the first place.
Yourself, right.
Yes. How did you... I don't understand the process from you going from a small, well, not small, you're in the Bronx, but from a little team to a European showcase. What did that look like?
Man, it was, to be honest with you, it was crazy, to be honest with you. The only thing I heard was, oh, this team is going to Italy, and I already had it out my mind. So, okay, I'm going. I had no choice. Like, I'm just going to go. It's like, I'm going to go because anything could happen. That could have been my break. Like, okay, I always wanted to become a professional soccer player, but to go in Italy, to showcase your talent is, it's like, it's a chance that you can't give up.
Yeah,
You know.
that's legendary.
So it was I would say it was mind blowing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It was mind blowing. It was
Definitely.
and it was great too. It was I love the experience that I got from it.
You got your first big start in an European showcase, not Italian.
Yeah.
Italian showcase, but yeah.
The showcase. Yep.
We've been walking through the forest with blood on our hands. We got lost in such a foreign lands where we could be free. We could be free. I'm a pagan, I'm a pilgrim, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I'm one of God's children that's descended from the snake. We've been deceived, we've been deceived. She was the morning sun, slowly exposed to her brilliance, slowly exposed to her brilliance.